Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark movies.
I'm Chase, and my thoughts on Hallmark movies could be summed up from a quote from this movie, which is, I wouldn't say fan, more of an algorithmically accidental viewer.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
He came prepared.
An algorithmic.
Got the receipts.
Yeah, really dropped the
You
ball
want
there.
another go at it?
I think he's
Algorithmic.
nailed it.
One of those algorithms.
Should have practiced in the
It's a
car.
Hallmark
Man,
version.
that
That's
was
the Nutty Professor's version of an algorithm.
Dang, can't believe I dropped the ball immediately.
How would you do it if we were going to read? We're not
you
going to
could
redo
redo
it,
it,
but how
we
would you
could
do
try.
it?
Now it's in my
Yes.
head. I think if I tried it again, I'd say it the exact same way.
How would you say it, Brand?
Algorithmic.
Algorithmic.
Honestly, he did better
love
than
it.
I would. Algorithmic.
That's pretty good, man.
Algorithmic.
It doesn't bounce though.
It
the way
doesn't.
it's
Algorithmic.
It needs a little
7
extra.
o'clock.
Needs a little extra sauce. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Deck the Hallmark. It's great to be here today on a Tuesday talking Sisterhood Inc. And we got a special guest Chase with us today.
Chase.
Oh, God.
in the algorithm.
Chase
Algorithmic.
in the studio. We found him through the algorithm.
Yeah, you did.
And through the latest Bramble Jam podcast, Making the Merge, which is a Survivor podcast all about the TV show Survivor.
Super pumped
I
for
know you
Survivor
are.
this year, Brandon.
I know you are.
know me.
You watch it nonstop. And new season of Survivor starts tomorrow. New season of Making the Merge starts the day after that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Chase, hi.
Hey.
I'm on the show.
Yeah, I was about to say, you acted like you didn't know.
I know. I know. I'm on the show. Basically, here's what happened. I fell in love with the show Survivor, and I found Making the Merge, and I bullied my way in. Is that
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fair
really
way to say it?
4-star.
Classic
Yeah,
podcast
technically,
bully.
yeah.
Yes, I'm a podcast bully, and I just said, "Can I come on?" And then I never left. That was basically how it worked out.
Yeah.
And here we are today, starting another season.
It's very exciting.
Now, tell people really quickly about how the podcast got started, because it was birthed out of a draft that you and PD did.
Yeah,
and
so
then it went
PD,
from
one of
there.
our co-hosts, we were just huge fans of Survivor. We started doing a draft, just the two of us, so we would split up the contestants at the beginning of a season. Whoever had the winner won the draft that season. And then we invited 2 more people, Jonathan and his wife, Kristen. And then we did that for 2 more seasons. And then we were like, we got to make money off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
This is
it.
too much fun.
Yeah.
So we started doing the podcast, blew up on TikTok.
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 And then
it's for.
TikTok went away for a little bit. We were like, hey, we're done. And then Brand came and saved us.
That's right, and I
Saved
saved
the day.
TikTok.
Saved
You
TikTok.
did save
That
TikTok.
That is the
Thanks,
narrative
Brand.
that I got was Brand Save TikTok.
That's exactly right.
Of course.
I'm really excited to just have somebody to talk about Survivor with, because
We're excited you do.
Yeah,
too.
so excited,
Yeah, it's
Brand.
gonna be great for
Do you
us.
guys not like Survivor?
We don't like Survivor.
So you don't like Hallmark or Survivor?
I watched
You
season
need a
1 of
different
Survivor
job.
before you were alive. I watched season 1 of Survivor right around when you were born-ish.
Yeah, 99. 99.
Richard Hatch. I watched the whole season. And
Spoilers.
everybody, Richard,
Yeah, man.
I said
La, la,
Richard
la, la.
Hatch is a contestant. Gervais, is that a spoiler?
Yeah.
Sue? Not spoiling anything, man. You're spoiling stuff. So I watched it because it was a phenomenon. We couldn't get away from everybody watched it.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing we could do. Did you watch it?
No,
Of
I've
course
never
not.
been super into it. I did watch the last season and was into that. I watched it with my
the
kids.
most recent one.
I watched the
Yes,
first
yes.
season, and
47,
I remember
right? Yeah.
coming back for season 2. And the first episode, I was bored to tears, and I've never watched it since.
Season 2, that was Australia.
Sure,
That's right.
the Outback.
That's right.
Spoiler.
Not,
Yeah.
not to sound like an expert, but I am.
Oh, you have done.
I
say
am.
I'll
Years
say
and
a
years.
number. You say where it was filmed.
Yeah.
16.
I don't know.
Oh man, first one out.
I
of
don't
When
the
did
know.
they
gate.
An
switch
expert.
to Fiji only?
We talked about this the other day. 30,
Yeah.
near 30.
What's
Okay.
so great
Okay.
about Survivor?
That's a good idea.
The thing,
Chase.
I'm going to do a Jeff Probst answer, because whenever people ask him this question, which is a lot, he always gives the same answer. What's so great about Survivor
pretty good,
is
Jeff.
we are
Yeah, it's
taking
really
people
good.
from all over the country, all different walks of lives, and we are putting them together. It is the best social experiment on TV. That's what Jeff always says.
Man,
Yeah, the
that's
only
really
thing
good.
missing from there was algorithmic.
Algorithmic.
Yeah, no
You're gonna
algorithms to be
just
found
laying
here.
down
I'm no
to
Danielle
the-
Panabaker. I'll say that.
You said
That's
it.
right. No, none of us are.
None of us are.
Do you-
Go ahead, Dan.
Do you want to be on Survivor? Do you ever want to be on
I've
the
thought
show?
about this a lot,
Yeah.
and I don't think I would do very well.
Yeah, he
Why
would
not?
do terribly. Brand would do awful.
I don't. I don't get along with people. I grow on people over time.
Yeah.
And 18 days or whatever, what
Not
is it now?
enough
20
time?
something. It's not enough
26.
time.
Yeah.
Not enough time.
Not enough time for
You
me
need
to
more
grow
than
on
20.
it.
I need
You grew
longer.
on me immediately.
Well, that's a very rare case. You looked at me and you saw dollar signs.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
That's right.
We're
Yeah.
all about the money around
ulterior
here. We've
motive
said
there.
that for years.
Now, Chase, you also have a YouTube channel, thriving
Yeah.
YouTube channel,
Very
where basically your whole thing is you will start a TV show that has some sort of mystery, and you will try to guess the mystery
Yeah.
before it is
We've done
revealed.
Twin Peaks, Pretty Little Liars, Riverdale, The Simpsons, Who Shot Mr. Burns, Family Guy, Who Done Episode. Yeah.
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Most recent
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yep.
Pretty popular.
I'm a fan. When I watched the show, like I watched all of the Riverdale one because I love Riverdale, and then I tried to watch Bridgerton. I was like, I don't like Chase as much. I haven't been with him. For
He
20
hasn't grown on you enough.
No,
No,
Yeah.
not
He
nearly.
will.
Not
He'll
enough
get
time.
there.
Give
He'll
me
get
more
there.
than 28 days.
This is what he's talking about.
That's exactly right.
Of course.
Well, join us over on the Making the Merge podcast, all Survivor season. If you just want to hear us talk, if maybe you don't even like Survivor, I think you'll still like the show.
Do you do any
We're pretty
like
funny.
merger acquisition talk? Like
That
Watchdog stuff
would
on-
that's interesting.
That would
Yes.
get Brian involved for sure.
I mean, that's,
We'll do-
I feel
we'll
like
do
an
a
area-
minute.
Is there any are there minutes? Does somebody take minutes
there's-
of the
We'll
meeting?
do
Do you
a-
share those with the team?
We'll
If
do
you
a
think
merger and
this show is
acquisition
low
minute.
effort, you would be appalled by our show.
Let's talk Sisterhood Inc., shall we?
Sure.
Sisterhood
You've
Inc.
never seen a Hallmark movie, correct?
This was the first one to
Wow.
completion. Now, I've seen bits and pieces from my mom and grandma's TV.
Sure.
Classic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sisterhood Inc. originally aired on the Hallmark Channel February 22nd, 2025. And it went a little something like this. Megan is a hotshot deal maker. Her sister, on the other hand, Izzy, is always losing her keys and delivering pizzas and whatnot. But when Megan... what? Oh, yeah, you're not used to being on the camera.
Pilot.tv/DTH. Brian gets to be in the synopsis shot, which...
I wish I knew
I
some
mean, this is
language.
welcome to the big show, Brian. One of these days
this
I'm going
is-
to get there.
Working your way up, man.
Yeah.
One
go ahead.
day.
Keep going with the pizza thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so where were we?
Yeah.
She delivers pizza. But when Megan comes to work, she finds out that she is being fired, despite the fact that it's the company that she founded. She's at a bit of a loss about what to do next. She decides that she's going to go and visit her family because it's been a long time, and she can't get over the fact that her parents still just treat Izzy like she's a child. She still lives there. What's what you're doing
So
right now?
I thought Brian was going to act out the synopsis.
Right.
He's in
No,
the car.
I
Oh, you're
delivered
still
the
delivering
pizza.
pizza.
I did.
He
They
can't get the
lousy
car
tip.
started.
I got the car
Then
going.
the
best
car-
job
then he's
you
in a
ever had.
wreck.
Yes.
It was like a two synopsis for one situation.
Yeah, two
it was
for
great.
classic.
It was a great
30
fun
minutes or
time.
less. She finally comes out and says that she thinks that she could turn Izzy's life around. Was Megan saying all this because she was drunk? Possibly. But it also gets Izzy thinking, and the next day she shows up and she asks Megan for her help. Together they come up with an idea of getting a board of directors to help guide Izzy's life and get her on the right track. So Megan assembles a team, her stylist, Izzy's current boss at the pizza place, there's an old babysitter, and a random guy that Megan found online who likes to pop bubbles. That's his thing. His name is Dominic the Donkey? Dominic, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Yeah.
Outside of the season. This is
Yeah.
crazy. You doing
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter?
Rode
Okay.
Jesus into town. Quality guy.
You rode Jesus into town?
I'm immortal.
How's your back?
Incredible.
Donkeys are forever. Does this
Yeah.
Did Dominic say that he's forever? Like
He is
he
forever.
rode Jesus. So the same Dominic from the Christmas song is the donkey that rode Jesus into town on Palm Sunday. Is that the way I'm understanding this for people?
Yeah, Dominic, can you fill us in there?
Who's gonna prove him wrong?
You got it.
Okay. Do you think that we'll get back to it.
Hallelujah.
Do you think that you
Important dog.
being forever has anything to do with the fact that you touched Jesus?
Yeah, buddy.
Ooh.
Amen, brother.
Hey, I was like, I should be respectful and not interrupt while he's doing the synopsis.
Do you have questions?
This is not that. No, I'm awake. I'm awake.
Okay.
Do you have questions for Dominic before he leaves?
Yeah.
Anything
I mean,
for
you
the
got
No,
it.
I think you summed it up perfectly.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, I
yeah.
got it immediately.
Hallelujah. He said.
Hallelujah.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
That's right.
Dominic. Love
Spin
you,
a
buddy.
tail
God
on
bless.
that.
Claim it.
Name it. All right, we'll get into it
Yeah.
later. We'll start another show.
Prosperity gospel from Dominic the Donkey. Immortal. There he
I'll
is.
take his word for it. He carried Jesus. Anyway,
Crazy.
they help Izzy with things like a makeover, her finances, her social media account, and it is all working. Izzy even lands a job at an art gallery being a receptionist. Megan and Dominic, they start hanging out more, and they realize that they enjoy each other's company. When Megan realizes that she needs a crescent wrench in order to fix a shower head, obviously she texts Dominic, and he comes running over. They end up watching a basketball game together, and one thing leads to another. They hang out some more, and eventually all of that leads to a kiss. Wow, they did it.
Dang,
Everything is going great until Izzy begins to get a little restless. She starts missing how she used to go to Coachella with her friends and stuff. So Izzy decides she's going to throw a party at her new apartment, which Megan is currently paying for, by the way, and she quits her job. Megan goes off on her and storms out. This complicates things because Megan has been using this whole life coach by committee idea to pitch to hotshot investors, hoping that would be her next big business. She does find an investor, and a press release goes out before she can tell Izzy that she's been using her to get money from an investor. When they all find out, Izzy is very hurt, and everyone is disgusted with Megan. How could you?
Oh, God, Megan.
Including
Money.
Everyone's mad, including Dominic.
she'll look at
Game
that.
over, bucko.
Oh,
I'm not going to fall for it this time, Dominic. Izzy decides not to take the deal with the investor, and instead she's going to take the money that she would have gotten from the investor and spend money on a big birthday blowout for Megan at a roller skating rink.
Broke the bank.
The two of them make up, and then she ends up dancing with Dominic on the dance floor where they kiss again. And that, my friends, was Sisterhood Inc.
we did it. Nice
Incorporated. Yeah, I jumped in at the end.
That's good jumping.
I missed the beginning
Good
one, the
jump.
deck, the Hallmark one.
You want to try Sisterhood Inc. one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
And that, my friends, was
Algorithm.
We'll be right back here.
Are we allowed to talk about the comments on the live thing?
We're not allowed.
Don't mention it.
We'll be right
I
back.
won't mention it then.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about Sisterhood Inc., the latest Hallmark Channel movie.
Now, Brand,
yeah.
I know you said we weren't allowed to talk about the comments because we were going to break, and that's why. But Double Decker Chat, you can watch these live. So people are commenting they see regret all over Chase's
Oh,
face.
is that true?
Yeah.
And they pity him for having that as an introduction. So
Well, one person said, I'm still not clear who Chase is. And it's like, how much more clear could we get? We did 2 minutes on me.
We did
Gave
a lot of work.
info.
I asked you questions about you and Survivor.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone should know he's around 25 years old and he loves Survivor.
It's
What do you
be
want to know? Has he
champion.
ever had a big loss in his life? Like, what more do you
yeah.
want?
Past
Do we need
week,
to get
actually.
That's right, yeah.
Thanks, Brand.
Thanks,
for
Thank you
bringing
for
that up.
bringing it up. Unbelievable.
Boy.
We're not going to get into the loss that both Chase and I have had over the past couple weeks. So we're just going to bring the mood down. Let's break Sisterhood Inc. down. We're going to start with the hot takes where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We don't hold back. Brian, I have to start with you legally. So what did you think of Sisterhood
His
Inc.?
contract. There's something we can do.
Sure do. Ironclad. You know what? I really liked it. Where am I looking? There we go. I really liked
He
it.
doesn't know his camera is on.
Usually we go camera 2.
It is camera 2.
Yeah,
You know what
go
I
to 2.
You guys know what I mean. Let's fix that in
Nope, go to
post.
2, Aaron.
Where's 2?
That 2. Now, or nope.
This
go.
is great. So I'm
good
going to
radio.
look at every camera at once.
right. I love
and
it.
I'm going to do this with my thumb.
That's right.
I really
All right,
liked
Bob
it.
Dole. Here we
Let
go.
me be clear.
The music was popping in this movie.
The
It
music
was popping.
Popping. The very funny script, great ensemble, if I may. I enjoyed almost everything in this except the app part. I'm gonna
Except
get
the
into
gist of the movie.
yeah, that get a new conflict. Like this is so tired
Yeah.
and old. It was so obvious. I wish they didn't do that real bad. That was one knock. It was more fall than winter for me, and it kind of made me think like, imagine if they went hard on the fall and we got this in the fall. Are you kidding me right now?
Seemed like a spring movie to me. I'm not doing a bit. Like it did.
Really?
Yeah. Seemed like we were very close to emerging into spring in this movie.
Like
in the
making
merge.
the merge? in
Like
this-
making the emerge into
Really
spring.
well done.
You guys are pros.
I
By the way,
understand.
we are on Philo TV.
Yeah, good job.
DTH. That's really good job, dude.
Thanks,
nice work.
man.
Yeah.
I gave Chase
in the mail.
a list of things he has to work in throughout the episode.
That was
he's
pretty
doing really
smooth.
well.
That was just
That was-
seamless, too.
Yeah.
Bramble Jam Plus
Yeah.
available
There you go.
everywhere.
There you go. You're
he's
crushing it, man.
He's good.
And the last thing I will say is the ratio of roller skate talk to actual roller skating was disappointing.
Stop it.
And I don't know if this has been said before, but I would trust RLC with Brand's life.
That's exactly
And so
right.
I
I
just
think
wanna
we would trust
reiterate.
her more than anybody.
Yeah,
That's right.
than anybody with Brand's
Is
life.
RLC Rachel Lee
Rachel
Cook?
Lee Cook. Got it.
And
I
I
hopped on. I'm good.
didn't even write that down for
I
him,
at
did
one
you?
point said that I trust Rachel Lee Cook with my life.
More than anybody.
More than
More than-
anybody.
I
And
trust
that's something
Rachel
that
Lee
I
Cook
said
more than
on the
anybody.
record.
Yeah, of course.
Chase, this
Yeah.
is your first full Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what you thought about Sisterhood Inc.
Just like summing it up.
Summing it
Yeah,
up.
sum it up.
Oh gosh. They should fill these things with more old Disney and Nickelodeon stars.
They should.
Because I feel like the acting was pretty like they knew exactly the type of movie they were making.
Right.
And Danielle Panabaker especially, I think, did a phenomenal job with her role.
Do you mean, was it Danielle Panabaker?
You mean Danielle Monáe?
Monáe.
Oh, who's Danielle Panabaker?
She's also from
She's a
that
decom
world. Yeah.
person, but
okay.
not in
my
this
my
movie.
bad.
But Danielle Monáe from Victorious. fame.
Victorious,
Yes.
of course. That's
Yeah.
my era.
That's right.
I grew up watching Victorious.
That's right.
You guys had kids probably.
Okay, that didn't, we didn't,
All right,
need to say
okay,
that.
You can keep going whenever you're ready, buddy.
I really love
the
that.
algorithms missed that one.
Chase, talk about Philo real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
please,
Yeah,
man.
so
Let's
on
get back
Philo
on track.
TV,
Yeah, you can see
I
all
love
this
that
live.
Bobby from The Sopranos plays the pizza
Yeah,
guy.
Steve Shrippa.
Great.
Shout out Bobby
Steve.
Bacala, everybody.
He was really phenomenal
Yeah.
as well.
Good to see him.
I loved so much about this. My favorite part of the whole movie. I'll just say this part, and then we can move on from me. My favorite part of the whole movie is we got the same scene that Willem Dafoe does in the Spider-Man movie when he gets fired from Oscorp. he's like, I started this company.
Yeah, it's good.
You can't do this to me. And that's exactly what happened to RLC.
That's right.
RLC.
I got the lingo
Nicely
down.
done, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I liked
you like
about
it?
the movie. I don't like to speak poorly about movies.
Would you? I literally despise the movies for a living. Would you watch it? Would you watch another Hallmark movie after this experience?
Yeah, if you invite me back on.
Yeah, but not
there
for
it is.
leisure.
Yeah. Not just for the
Probably
fun.
not for leisure.
What about for
Probably-
leisure?
You get a summer off. We don't have anything to do. Are you watching a whole
pandemic
new
hits.
reality show? Or are you watching one more Hallmark movie?
I'm busy watching Pretty Little Liars.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
you got
the
to.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said I trust Rachel Lee Cook more than anybody, and I stand by it. What a movie! What a performance! What a good time. Brian, you're right. The script is funny. It made me laugh multiple times, and I thought that the combo of RLC with Danielle Monáe
Not
and
Panabaker.
Panabaker
Not Panabaker.
I'm
was
sure
great.
Panabaker loved it though.
Those
Off the record.
two were fantastic together. Not to mention, Dominic, I don't know who you are, and I don't know where you came from, and I don't know why you're in this movie. You have an Australian accent, and it just was like, I didn't really feel like we had any answers on that. But dadgummit, that guy, big fan. Let's bring him back for some more. Overall, really big fan of this movie. I didn't know what I was getting myself into all the way with Sisterhood Inc., but I'm glad we did it. Dan?
Yeah, calling this movie the best of the year is not a compliment because the rest of the movies this year have not been nearly as good as this one. I would say this movie is great aside from the plot. This movie, I'm serious. The acting in this movie,
So generous.
the script of this movie,
Yeah.
I laughed out loud several times, which doesn't happen in these movies. It's funny. You got Steve Shrippa, which has already been shouted out once, but needs to be shouted out again. I've not seen him in a Hallmark movie. I want Steve Shrippa to be in all of these movies.
Yeah.
Rachel Lee Cook is great. Danielle Monáe is great. They're all great. I buy them all. I don't buy the purpose of this app for people that can actually afford it. I don't buy the crisis, and I don't buy the necessity of a love story in this movie. But the movie flew by. It was super breezy, super light, super funny. So all in all, easily the best of these this year. Not for me. Wouldn't watch it again. But better than what we've seen so
you
far in
like the
January and
movie?
February. No, did not.
Oh.
It's a big deal if I like a movie around.
Dan, did you kind of like
It's the best of the year.
Dan thinks it's the best of the year. We're still working on it. Thanks,
key are we
Sheila,
in?
for this.
I don't know, all of them.
It's that one. We're looking for that one. Sheila, thanks for this, by the way. Dan.
This is really good radio here.
Yeah.
It's time for all the feels before we talk about what in this movie gave us feels of any kind. Hopefully good ones. Brian?
Yeah, two good ones, real quick.
Okay.
Ken, her father-in-law, I guess, or stepdad.
Oh yeah,
Ken.
stepdad. Yeah.
Was it stepdad?
K-pop.
K-pop, as she calls it.
K-pop.
That's right.
Yeah, that was
Another
That was a good
nickname
one.
she
Yeah.
had for him, she said Kenpire Strikes Back.
Kenpire Strikes Back.
What
Yeah.
a what
Yeah.
a great bit to put in a movie. The
Yeah.
nickname thing is so fun. The last thing was there was a really great Midwestern joke in this movie that I shouldn't have gotten, but I did because I was just at a hockey tournament with a bunch of Midwestern
Classic.
people.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
And she,
Yeah. Oh, boy.
you're getting there. He says great. He says all the recipes I know start with a can of soup or tater tots,
Yeah.
and I just
Yeah.
thought that was a really good Midwestern joke. So that probably hit for a lot of people out there.
So
And me.
So did your feels segment, Bri.
Thanks,
Your
man.
feels segment
Thanks,
hit for a
man.
lot of people too.
If I took them all, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
hope
that's
there's some
tough.
left
I
for
had
you,
can
yeah.
of soup, tater tots written down.
Yeah,
I got
you
a
wrote
scratch
that
face right
off
out
the
of that
list,
one.
man.
Yeah.
I know
Sorry.
you did.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick shout out.
Skip and chase, huh?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's fun.
Shay-
No. He's just our
Chase-
guest. It's no big deal.
I know.
Dude, you invited me here just to bully me.
Yeah.
We could have done this on our show.
No,
Feels
I
like
only
more of an
bully
email.
Jonathan on that show. Chase.
Yeah.
Any feels for you?
I had several feels. There was a Hocus Pocus 2 reference
Yeah.
that made
Classic.
me feel nice.
Yeah.
I really loved that the mom has two friends that she FaceTimes from her baking subreddit.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
thought that was very
Come on.
wholesome.
And they
Yeah.
call it a three-way FaceTime.
And then I had a feeling of
call it
outrage
that.
at one point. Is that this section?
You can.
She did.
She apparently hasn't checked her mail in enough time for Sarah to get engaged, married, and divorced. It's like you just haven't checked your mail.
Kind of
Dude,
felt
check
that.
your mail.
Yeah, you got to check your mail, guys.
So yeah, that was my feels.
I
Really good
felt,
job.
to your point, Brian, the music full of bops
Yes.
in this movie. Too many to Shazam. You might as well just
I
keep
hear
Shazamming
that.
all
Just
movie.
keep it playing,
Good
yeah.
luck. Good
There was
luck
that
keeping
one
up.
song at the skating rink that was like, lean to the front,
Yeah.
lean to the back, circle your hips.
It's always
Circle your hips.
circle your hips. You know,
like
one of
know,
the
just
Triangle your hips.
yeah, maybe when you're
oblong your hips.
oblong,
Or cute. Don't oblong your hips.
do the best you can with what you
You go to the
have.
hospital if you oblong your hips.
The music was great. Wardrobe also really fun in this movie, and I want to give a quick shout out to RLC for rocking a leather top with a, as Dan called it,
Amelia Earhart.
the Home Alone, the jacket that Kevin's dad wears in Home Alone.
It's
You know what
Amelia
I'm talking
Earhart
about?
makes Kevin's dad's jacket.
It's
Yes.
that with a leather top, and it was so bold that I just said, "Will you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Would you look at
Would
that?
you look at that?
I can't imagine doing that myself, but Rachel Lee Cook, she's bolder than I am. and
That's
so
brand on women's fashion.
that's exactly right. Rachel Lee Cook, what are you wearing? No, I thought that there were some really fun wardrobe choices in this movie. Dan?
Yeah, this is going to rub people some wrong way, but there's a hilarious dead parent joke in this movie. I mean, really, really funny. Rachel Lee Cook is talking to her assistant, and he's like, I didn't know you had a mom. And she's like, well, I had a dad, but he died when I was 13. And the assistant goes, thank God. And then she looks at him, and he goes, no, not about that. It's just there was somebody else. And every Hallmark movie has a dead parent.
Yeah.
And
Right.
having a dead parent is not funny, but making fun of the fact that all of these movies have a dead parent is funny. And so while that may not have hit for everybody, it really hit for me. I thought it was really, really funny, and I was shocked by it, and that kind of kept me off guard.
You also do a weird thing where you laugh every time you hear somebody lost their parent, and
That
it's one
is
of the things
not
I
true.
That
can't.
was off the record.
I
That
can't
is
get on
not-
board
What's
with
worse
that.
is he does it at the funeral.
Yeah, it's really
In
tough.
your
It's
face.
really inappropriate,
Yeah.
dude. It's happened
Yeah.
three times. I
and-
met you today,
Dude,
and
you knew
Your
that. And we-
reputation precedes you. If it's an open casket, forget about it.
and we have
Oh,
a
man.
clip from what I understand. No, we don't have a clip. We don't have a clip.
show
Just
me
kidding.
Michael Jackson's funeral.
That's right. Wait the.
Aaron, if you could hop on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna
With that
get to the
clip?
way what the way, and we'll have the clip from Michael Jackson's funeral here.
Hallmark.
This just in from legal.
We can't.
We've been told we can't.
We
play it.
couldn't. We were told to beat it.
It was live on. It was live on ABC. We
It's
could
black
find
and
it.
white
That's right, we
issue.
can find it.
If you do get to watch that clip, it is a thriller. I'll say that.
That's right. It is. It is.
It's time for the wait. What is?
I thought it was bad.
nice. Okay, I think we
There's
did.
a lot of diversity at that funeral. It doesn't matter if you're black or
Or
white.
white. That's right. That's right. I'm pretty sure Billie Jean was there, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Oh.
I'll just say this: not my lover.
Interesting.
It's time for the wait. What is?
Word is going around.
Yeah, it's where we talk about what in this movie made us go wait. What, Brian? What? Wait, you what?
Yeah, just a few. I felt a bit targeted It looks like Megan went to the school.
Cut that, Lee, if you could. I felt a bit
Just
targeted.
a bit targeted.
Yeah, it's gonna,
It looks like Megan went to the Daniel S. Thompson School of Parking because every place she showed up,
always a parking
front of the-
spot, baby.
right in front of the building, right by the entrance.
Listen,
You want to share where you're parked today?
I'm not parked there because you and I took a trip. I
right.
had the spot
You
by
had
the
a
building, came back.
Yeah.
But
That'll
guys,
happen.
Brian says that I always find a parking spot by the front door, and he's right.
Yeah.
I'm here to
Sure
tell you,
am.
make your own luck. Like you have
what
to
you say.
decide you're getting a parking spot up there first,
That's all you have to do.
and then the universe makes it happen. I can't promise it's going to work for everybody, but it does work for me.
Universe is pranking me hard.
Now
my
she
nemesis.
is in Chicago,
Yeah.
but no, it's not the universe. You don't believe you're getting a good.
No,
parking
I
spot.
know deep
You have
down,
recused yourself to the
that's
back of
right.
the lot.
That's
what
absolutely.
you've done.
And mostly, I just try to find the farthest spot.
That's
And I
right.
just tell people
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
the walk. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the walk.
Like you could do
I
what
like
she
the
did in
walk.
this movie, where she takes a spot. You just don't. So like you could.
It was because he's a
If
good
it's-
person.
That's
You're a
right.
good
I'm a
person.
better person
Yeah,
than
yeah,
most
yeah.
That was
people.
definitely his.
He's
spot,
a way
right?
better
Like we would all
person than
agree.
RLC.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Well,
Yeah.
wait
Be
a
careful.
minute. Come on now.
Trust
Trust
us
him
on
as far as
this.
I'm throwing.
So that just, that always gets me, the parking. It's my nemesis. You can't just show us a roller rink and not roller skate. Like, why didn't they roller skate? Just
They roller skate a little
something.
bit.
They barely roller skated.
Buddy,
Hardly at all.
it's
I
not
thought
a big part of the movie.
I thought we were gonna get a show. And
Well,
that
to
we
your
didn't.
credit though, like they kind of make a big deal when they find her roller skate, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
vintage, you can keep these." And in
Yeah.
my head, I was like, "Oh, they're setting up for a big roller skate."
Multiple
I
scene."
mean, they
roller
do have
skating.
the ultimate grand finale of this movie at a roller skating rink, guys.
but not
That's
on
true.
the rink.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even out there.
Okay.
Just on the glass. If
On
you
the
will.
purview.
on the glass,
wall.
on the
Hey,
purview.
I don't know.
I don't know if this is too off the theme of the
No
show,
way.
but I think I could add some insight to why they probably didn't. I was in a film that it was a horror film, but I was wearing roller skates the whole time.
Right.
And I don't know if you've spent 2 12-hour shoot days on roller skates.
Sure.
Tough
I get
tough.
that. I can
Yeah.
understand
It's
that.
tough.
part
So I
of it.
wonder if that was a
tough
thing.
skating out there. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they started and they were like, we don't want to do this anymore.
Probably. That's probably so that would
Take us to
more
the
of a-
purview.
Take it to the purview. The last one was if how handy you are is based on how many Allen wrenches you have.
Yeah, for sure.
Call me Tim the Twin Taylor because I have 3,000 Allen wrenches.
I'm sorry.
That is not R. What the?
that?
What the? Are you Scooby Doo? Like,
Oh, he does that.
Try it one more time.
Rally wrenches.
Oh, he does the. I was thinking like a walrus sound. That wasn't.
No,
he doesn't
that's
do the
not walrus sound.
My
What are
buddy
you
from college does the walrus sound mixed
okay,
up across
mixed
the
up
wires.
Home Improvement with your buddy from
yeah,
college.
with Du Bois. Yeah,
Okay, shout out.
Du Bois. Dudes.
Shout out, dude, boys.
So
Old dudes.
you can't say
You know he's listening.
dude. He's gonna.
I
have
was at
nothing
his
else to do.
parents' funeral. It was a riot.
That's why he won't talk to me. That's what it is.
Why'd
So-
you invite me to his funeral? I don't even know dudes.
So just an Allen wrench is a weird thing to judge.
They had a joint funeral?
2 of them.
Dang.
It was really
Dubes
tragic.
does everything jointly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
rolling those dubs.
That was it.
All right, great. Chase,
Thanks,
any wait
man.
what's for you? Anything in this movie make you go, wait, what?
There was a few moments. The initial premise of like, I thought the movie was gonna be all about RLC and her journey, but
Nah.
then very quickly it became about her helping her
Daniel
sister.
Panabaker,
And I was like, it's kind of like
Panabaker,
your life's
yeah.
the one that's a mess right now.
That's
Right,
right.
man.
Meth.
That's a good
It's a meth as
observation.
well.
It's math. It's math.
It's the, I will
lots of
say
stuff.
it's the least amount of time spent on probably a Hallmark leading lady in, I don't know, most of these movies, if not all of them. That's
Yeah.
not the norm.
Another wait what for me is I went into the movie blind. I didn't look
Right.
up anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know RLC was a big Hallmark
It
actress.
gave you sight.
Yes.
I knew her. One of my favorite.
I don't think so.
Amazing.
One of
I
my
don't think
favorite
so.
shows is the show Psych.
Yeah.
And she
I
had a
know.
reoccurring role as Sean Spencer's girlfriend. And so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And then the girl from Victorious, who I thought was Daniel
Yeah.
Baker.
Yeah. Not Daniel
You
Panabaker.
clearly big
Yes.
fan.
Yeah, huge.
Big Panabaker.
Very excited to see them. And then I was very excited to see Bobby from Sopranos.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Steve
those
Schreiber,
were my
baby.
big wait what moments.
Wait, what's
love
just
it.
the people in it?
the people.
I have a few. One, the movie starts with Izzy. She goes and she grabs the pizzas and she comes back to her car and she sees that she has a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
And she does this thing where she like looks around and throws it in the trash. And like, who's gonna tell her that you still have
Yeah.
to pay it?
Out of
like
sight, out of
going
mind.
like no one knows it, no one sees it. I don't have to pay it. That's not really how it goes. But then finding out the way that she does her, finances, maybe that tracks. Maybe she didn't even know about taxes, so it is possible that she didn't know that tickets were a thing.
Another funny thing about that is she was at that front door for maybe 2 seconds. How did a cop get there, get the ticket, and get out that fast?
That was mine. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you are just a
He's
ninja.
watching
You're
her.
just waiting behind a telephone pole to write a ticket. That's
Love
crazy.
that person.
She's like the easiest ticket in town. You know, she's
Yeah.
parking somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
says
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Easiest
Everybody
ticket
calls
in
it the
town.
easiest ticket in town, according to Brian. That was another Doob saying.
Yeah,
that's
rest in
classic
peace,
Doob.
Rest in peace, obviously.
Wait, did Dooms die?
I think Dubes is still alive. Actually,
All right.
I just thought it was.
We'll get to the bottom of that
a
later.
part of him died.
Yeah.
years ago.
Amen, brother. Two
Yeah.
parts. You mentioned Hocus Pocus 2, Chase,
Yeah.
and as happy as I am to hear a mention of Hocus Pocus 2, it is a really random first movie to state when you're talking about Bette Midler. Like, you could have started with,
Yes.
I don't know,
Hocus
Hocus Pocus
Pocus
1,
Yeah.
but he went straight to, you know her, Hocus Pocus 2, the rest. It was a very interesting choice for them to start with the second
Sequel,
in a movie franchise. My last one is, the purview of the roller skating rink, if you will.
I will.
Especially the dance floor that they have for some reason installed into this this not ice skating rink, roller rink. It is a small little square.
It's like 6 by 6.
And
Yeah.
this is where you can dance here, nowhere else. But like the floor of the roller rink is a really fun floor.
Yes.
Why not just make the whole floor dance floor instead of causing? It's like you can only dance in this
Roller
smaller.
And if
skating
you want
rinks
to.
notorious for rules and boundaries.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Notorious for being very.
you over there! Get out of here!
Hey guys, I don't know
You're
if
not
this is
dancing
TMI. Had my first kiss at a roller rink.
Wow.
How about that? That is
shit.
TMI.
That is,
Seventh
yeah,
grade.
unfortunately,
Was it in
we have to cut that
It was
out.
in Malden, baby.
Yeah, the
Malden
golden,
Middle. Shout out Katie, wherever you are.
Katie, shout
Rest
out.
in peace, Katie.
Is that,
She's probably
Dang,
still
she-
with
dang,
us. She's
Katie's
If you
like
knew where I went to
24 years
school,
old.
she could be.
She could be. It was a tough
Malden
tough call.
Middle was that tough a
It
neighborhood.
was a tough school, dude. It was people got jumped every morning.
in Malden.
Did you
Not
get-
even joking,
Did
dude.
you? Or were you doing
Did
the
you
jumping?
get jumped or did you do the jumping?
No, I didn't either, man. I didn't participate. I was too busy watching this awesome Sisterhood Inc. movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
In middle school?
In middle
Good
school.
dodge.
You watched,
Good
but
dodge
you didn't read
there.
ahead. That's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan?
So I know that things happen in fast food restaurants and that I'm not aware of. I worked at McDonald's in high school.
Did you really?
I did, believe it or not. Yeah, true story. I've got stories. I'm not going to tell them now.
Malden
What?
Middle?
TMI,
what
actually.
Daniela, not in Malden. Actually, close. It's by Southside Christian, right there.
Oh yeah,
So
that is
close-
close.
it's
That is
very close to
Hey, I
Malden.
worked at Walmart.
Yeah,
That's cool.
shout out.
Yeah.
You guys
Down the
might have
road.
met each other.
We might have.
You
So
could have
close
drove
in
right
age.
by each other.
The trashiest places in town.
That's right. But what Daniela Monet
the
does
recycling
to
center?
these pizzas is unconscionable. First of all, these pizzas aren't in a warming bag.
Dude, I wrote it down and I
Oh.
didn't say it because I feel like I've reached the pizza talk limit for me.
Not
Thank you.
only did he deliver pizzas at some point for a job, but
Well,
he
yeah.
says it's his favorite job.
Favorite
he's
job.
ever had.
What pizza place?
The Domino's. I don't know if you've
Domino's.
heard of it.
It's an Italian.
Domino's pizza.
Algorithmically the best.
Yeah,
That's right. The
Pizza.
rest for sure. Check
Thank
the
you.
algorithms.
Love that job.
So first, there's no warming bag. It's
You
freezing
gotta take
cold
a heat wave
outside
with you.
in Chicago. Those pizzas are going to be cold. And
She
then
takes
second
a
of all,
pepperoni off the
She
top.
takes a pepperoni off the pizza and then leaves it on the doorstep.
Get the heck out.
Get the heck out of here. You're going to open that pizza and be like, somebody took a.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's a mess.
You were also bothered by the front seat
Yes.
station, where it's kind of
this
at
is
an
me,
angle.
and this is me just being weird. I will not sit pizzas on my front seat at an angle.
No, you keep a water bottle in your car and you
And
put them on the.
that's right. You make
Come
them
on.
level. Brian and I have never been more in sync than right now.
Man, can you imagine if you two were delivering pizzas together?
Dude, it would be the most
Pristine.
efficient, best run.
Did you also deliver pizza?
I did not deliver pizzas.
So why are you so caught up in this?
Because
Have you ever driven with them?
yeah,
Anywhere?
Yeah,
I
that's-
met
you
him
don't-
just
It's
now.
You don't
just
know that.
in general
Yeah,
drive.
that's
And at Michael Jackson's
And
funeral.
Michael
the
Jackson's
funeral, yeah,
funeral.
absolutely.
And
Rest
when we
in
worked at McDonald's and Walmart,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
would meet
yeah.
up after
Drove
for
by each
drinks.
other, yeah.
In
I was
the New York
16,
Butcher
but
Shop
we would
parking
meet
lot.
up
That's right.
for
Yeah, yeah.
drinks.
Not drinks, Diet Cokes.
Fountain Cokes.
We were not meeting up for drinks. So yeah, the
a tough
pizzas
day for you, Dan.
were a huge day, huge problem. At one point, somebody goes, "I've got to go. It's Beverly's Tricky Taco Night." I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Yeah.
I asked Bran. He nodded. We did not rewind it, but Beverly's Tricky Taco
They're
Night.
tricky tacos.
What is a tricky taco?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's when it's too much ingredients and it's just constantly falling out. It's hard to keep it all
Every
in the
time
shell.
you
Like
are
any
about
taco.
to fold the taco up, they throw
Yeah.
something new at you.
There's
Yeah,
something new,
yeah,
yeah.
That's exactly right.
And someone goes, "That's tricky."
the
That's the whole thing. I don't. That guy has this one
Yeah.
job.
It's just one
and
job.
He yells out, "It's tricky."
It's just the Run DMC song.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, the egregious use of background actors for actual important parts in this movie is absurd.
Oh, yeah.
In the boardroom, none of them can talk. They all are about to fire this woman, and they're all mute. They can't say a word. There's nothing they can do. Daniela Monet meets all of her best friends at a roller skating rink. They can't talk.
Nope.
They can't make any audible sound or they get paid. And they are not background actors. They're a part of this movie, and they're used background actors, and it's crazy.
The roller rink one was egregious because they ADR'd over top.
That's
of
right,
them.
with
right.
someone
So it was
else's
like
voice.
somebody who obviously could say
Yeah.
a line, but that was tough.
Yeah. And then two last ones. One is, I can't believe he cracked the code on chicken. It's paprika, gang. I don't know if you heard.
Already
He
knew
put
that.
paprika and lemon zest on chicken, and now it tastes good. No one's ever. What a secret ingredient that we've heard 800 times here on this program. Paprika, God almighty, I can't believe we did it. Paprika. We cracked the case wide open. And then lastly,
You also want to let it marinate in your front seat at about a
yeah, a 45 degree
40
angle. You want all
yeah,
that
that
salmonella
juice
to float to
coming
one
right out.
side.
Right there. That's
And then lastly, Rachel Lee Cook is meeting with the dude who wants to invest in her app. And there is a couch he's sitting on by himself with two cushions. He sits on the crack of those two cushions, and he's a sociopath. He's murdered numerous people. You have a whole couch. You do not sit on the crack and the cushions. You don't. You don't do it.
He's a Silicon Valley guy. We knew he had problems.
I just
a Valley guy,
move
right?
a foot one way or the other, and you're good to go. I couldn't believe it. The
In
Valley.
the words
Seriously,
of
did
in
a
the
really
words
good
of
job,
Mark
dude.
Cuban, for that reason I'm out. I can't trust that
For that
guy
reason, I'm out.
at all. It's time for What the Hallmark. It's where we wonder what could have been. Maybe have it gets a clarity question we still have. What are we still wondering about? That's what we're going to talk about here. Brian,
Yep.
what are you wondering about?
Where they held their board meetings, there were all these posters on the wall.
Sure.
And one of them said, "Be like a bird and not like a feather." And I just didn't get it. I just don't
A
get
feather
it.
just floats in the breeze, and a bird flies. So
I'd
a
rather
bird
be a bird.
It's like be a
right?
thermostat, not a thermometer.
I can't do
Wait,
that.
what was the poster?
Be like a bird, not like a feather.
Yeah, so you want to be like a feather, have no direction?
You just want somebody to tell you what to do and not have to worry about it.
Sometimes.
All right.
I just
cool.
I didn't. It didn't feel like an inspirational poster to me. I'm like, I don't really get that as a saying. So all
Yeah,
right, so
that-
so it's just
it
take
shows.
control. Yeah,
It
thank
shows,
you, man.
buddy.
Thank you.
Believe you me. Chase, what are you still wondering about?
I want to know, did we ever find out if she has any outstanding warrants from the IRS?
That's a great
Ooh,
question.
that is a great question.
She's
Never done taxes.
Never done taxes.
Shouldn't be a
Yeah.
problem.
Would you like to know my fan theory?
Sure.
I
My fan
love
theory?
this.
K-pop has been doing them and just not telling her.
Ooh.
I like
that's,
that.
That's
I
pretty
like
good.
that.
That's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that tracks.
What person that is like her keeps receipts?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For her to have never done taxes, but to keep her receipts every year, categorized by type of receipts, that person doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because
The
that
only
person
thing-
does their taxes.
The only thing I can figure is that's like the one thing she heard at one point was you got to keep your
Keep your
receipts.
receipts,
Because
yeah.
early on, when I was started adulting, I started keeping my receipts, and I was like, I don't know why I'm
What to do
I
Why I'm
was
doing
just-
this.
I just heard that this is what you do.
This is what you do.
And then eventually I
Keep the
just
receipts.
stopped.
Yeah.
So if that, like, she heard it sometimes, she was like, I'm going to need these at some point, then I could maybe see it. But the fact that they were separated is something. Here's my question: where does Hallmark get the generic sports footage that they use with the teams that aren't real teams and they're just in the things? Where do they get that? Is there B-roll out there of fake sport teams that you can use in
Yeah.
movies? Because
They've at least started to change the colors up. It used to always
right.
be red versus blue. This
Yes.
was yellow versus white. Miami versus Chicago, a
yeah,
classic.
is a really big
Yeah.
really big one. But yeah, I that's such an interesting thing to
I think
have
it's just
I
stock footage.
I literally only see it in Hallmark though, and so I don't know. Hallmark's not going out there and buying it, so I'm sure that it's stock footage from somewhere, but it's very fascinating. And they Hallmark is big on it. Maybe just don't do sports, but they're big on it. Dano,
I want to know the Venn diagram of the number of people that need this app where they have an entire board to control their entire life and can't afford it. So
Ooh,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah, yeah.
I want to know who this is for. I think people that have millions of dollars probably already have this in some form or another. They have somebody that does their books. They probably have somebody that is a personal assistant. They already have this.
Yeah.
Whereas the people that need this don't have the money for it. I never for a second thought this was a good idea that would sell big time, because I feel like the people that need this either have the money and have it or don't have the money and therefore can't use it. Like, what would be the cost of something like this?
Here's my pitch.
I love it.
It's the most profitable business model. It's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit.
It's all tax write-offs,
it's
baby.
Tax write-offs. It's a 501c3 of helping people
like
just
church.
live.
It's like
That's the way to
church.
do
It's
it.
like church above board.
You guys ever worked at a church?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Used to. You just got to keep those receipts.
You gotta
That's
keep
all.
them. You gotta
What
keep the
matters
receipts.
most.
You can't
Yeah.
get in trouble for that. We did, everybody.
Yeah, we
Congratulations
did.
to us.
Wow.
Now, Chase, something you don't know is that every Tuesday, Brian does a deep dive into the life of one of the double deckers, the people who have signed up for Bramble Jam Plus. As
Yeah, and
as
you can
you-
watch it on Philo TV.
Great
That's
job.
right.
Yeah, that's
Crushing
right.
it. Follow.tv/DTH.
Who do we have today?
We've got Amy Heidecker.
Ooh,
Amy Heidecker.
Amy.
What's
Yeah.
Amy
Shout
up
out.
to, Brian?
Amy, so Amy's bringing people together is what Amy's doing. She
Okay.
recently formed a sort of like a group for people who kind of want to just like relax and chill together
Okay.
and just have like a chill time. And
Okay.
so she formed this group
Sounds
where
like a cult.
it's not,
bit.
no,
It's
no.
not a
An
cult.
Amy cult. Shout out. I'll join Amy.
All right,
Yeah.
he's in. Chase is
Amy
in.
chases him.
So it's sort of just like you get together, relax, vibes, and chill. And
Okay.
so it's
Relax, vibes, and chill.
relax, vibes, and chill. And so it's called obviously Calm Cool Collective.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
a good
Cool
we
name.
all
Collective.
kind of get together as a group.
So, but what
It
is
does
it?
sound like a cult,
Yeah.
Brian.
This sounds like the center
The
from,
Calm
from
Cool
Boy Meets World.
Collective?
You know, remember that?
The Calm
what?
Cool
center.
Collective.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
I do remember that.
I'm
It's
in.
a little bit like that, I guess you would say. The only, I guess.
So
the-
it is a play. It's like like a club.
Yeah, like they find different places to meet that are.
Oh, there's you don't have one central.
There's not like a. Well, that's pretty expensive to rent a place.
Well,
at
there's
this
an
point.
abandoned group meetup thing downtown
They
that we
could
could
start
all
doing
go
that.
to.
Maybe she's
That's
gonna.
true.
Amy,
remember
note
what
that
it's called
down
in the
because that's a
movie.
good idea.
It's a meetup downtown.
But it's,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is
yeah.
I don't either.
there is some confusion
Tricky
across
talking.
across the group
What's
members.
the
Where some of
confusion?
them look to they want to like be around people who are like relaxed like them, and other want to be cold. And so it's a bit of contention.
what was the last part of that again?
How many people?
Some people show up looking to just cool down,
Cool down.
like they just want to
So,
cool.
like, people that
so
were
upset.
So it's a little confusion here.
but it's not that.
No,
But it's not
well,
a cult.
That's the thing. It's like sort of like taking over two fractions now. There's the cool people.
Even two
and there's-
factions.
No.
It's 50-50,
Dan,
the
it's-
fractions.
That's right.
Okay.
Is this like a West
It's-
Side Story situation? The Jets,
Jets
and the Sharks. Now
It's-
they're dancing
This is
and
what
fighting.
we're all afraid of happening.
So, yeah.
This is what happens in a
Could get out of
cool,
hand
calm
quickly.
collective.
Amy,
Yeah.
you got to rule your club with an iron
That's
fist.
well.
That's
That's
right. Come on,
exactly.
Amy.
That's good advice. That's what she's
Is it?
looking for.
So they hold on. Sorry.
Yeah.
About the people that like it cold.
Yes.
Like, how do you? So they find places and then
Yeah.
they just bump down the AC.
They keep cranking AC down. They pick places like
but the people that just want a place to be calm,
Yeah.
I would imagine they keep going and turning it up.
yeah. Well, they start off just with the blankets. They're quiet about it. They're cool, they're chill about it. But they start putting up the heat, and then now we're gonna have some problems.
Is this a real segment?
Yeah. Yeah. No. I
Well,
mean,
we did
yeah,
it. Thanks,
but
Amy.
no.
I think that is an interesting idea. I think you got a future here.
Calm
Let us know.
Collective.
Let us know how we
It could
can
be an
help.
app. I think it could be an app.
Could be an app.
Yeah, let's get some
So-
investors.
RLC would be interested.
Yes.
Maybe we should let Chase do this one moving forward.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe.
We'll be back next time with another one. So come on back. Join Chase and I on Making the Merge starting this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, maybe the first to wish you Merry Christmas.
Merry
Hallmark's The Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.